Hey, y'all. Shanda here, and welcome to the Healing Lifestyle Podcast, where I bring you everything healing from entrepreneurship, motherhood, and just day to day living while healing all at the same time. I'm your host, Shanda, ancestral medium and movement healer, and I'm happy to be here with y'all. So, on today's episode, I really want to talk about some things that have been coming up in a lot of the readings that I've been doing and a lot of the sessions, and honestly, really just a lot in my own life and my own meditations. And I've been getting some really amazing wisdom and insights and lessons that I want to share with you guys. So I think we all can either relate to it and or take the tools that I want to share with you. So today we're going to be talking about when you're on your healing journey and you look up and maybe you have pushed everyone away. Maybe you have evolved or grown out of certain relationships. Maybe you have pushed everyone away thinking that you're keeping them safe, or in the midst of you facing your shadows and facing triggers and trauma, you just wake up one day and you find yourself without the friends that you used to have, without the family that you used to be surrounded by, without the safety net that you've always known, that you've always been able to call upon and been able to call and vent or call and just dump all your stuff on them, really, to a certain degree, right? Or just call and get support too. Just like call and get support. And you're on your healing journey and you wake up one day and you feel like that it's just you. You wake up one day and you feel like you are by yourself, that you have no one to turn to. And even if you are surrounded by those you may trust, there is a fear in you to lean on them. There is a fear in you that doesn't want to get too close. There's a fear in you that doesn't want to jinx it or mess it up. So no matter where you turn or who you think of, you still wind up coming back to this feeling of feeling alone, feeling isolated, and feeling like you're just in this by yourself. And so the message and the wisdom that I want to share with you guys, and the tools of what to do when that happens. All right. So the first thing is like, why? Why, Sway? Like, why are we feeling like that? And the thing is, it's done like that on purpose. Now, y'all know my personal belief is that we all come down here on earth because we have our own lessons and our own life and blueprint that we have to live. And when you're on that path, a part of that path and a big part of that path is falling in love with yourself, coming back home to yourself, becoming so clear of who you are, so clear on what makes you special, so clear on feeling your love in connection to the divine, your connection to God, your connection to source, feeling that love and feeling that connection and letting that feel you, letting it fuel you. And also through that connection, having this energy and this level of self-worth, self-esteem, self-value that is untouchable, that is irreplaceable, and that makes you know that there is nothing you can't do and nothing you can't have in this world. And so what Spirit was sharing with me was, if you have all of these people that you're constantly being able to vent to and lean on, sometimes you never get to a place and you never get to a space where you can do that for yourself. It's not saying that you don't need community. It's not saying that you don't need a tribe, but it is very like non-negotiable, and it's very necessary that you always know and that you have the discipline and that you have the practice of going within first, of going within first, leaning on yourself first, supporting yourself first, taking a moment to connect with your heart when you're feeling lonely, connect to your body when you're feeling all over the place, rather than your first automatic, your first habitual action being picking up the phone to reach out to somebody else. You're supposed to reach out to yourself first. That is how spiritually this is designed to go. So when we are in those moments where you're feeling lonely, where you don't know how this is going to go, where you don't know where to turn to, who to turn to. It's because it's done like that on purpose. You're in this place on purpose. You're in this position on purpose because this is the time and the opportunity to turn within. This is the time and the opportunity to go within. This is the time and the opportunity to build a relationship and build a bond with yourself, building self-trust within yourself, building self-confidence within yourself, building consistency and love and support, like really being your own bestie. By the time you take a moment to sit with your heart and sit with your body and lean into what you need, lean into what you would need to fill your cup, lean into what you would need to feel supported and seen and accepted. By the time you do all of that, your desire and your desperation to reach out and vent and lean on other people, it won't even be there, because you're going to be and give yourself the energy that you need, and then the wisdom and the solution and the answers that you need will also be able to come alive and be activated within you. Everything you need is down on the inside of you, especially when you do it in a way that is trying to connect to your higher self, your inner self. When I say your higher self, there's this spiritual version of you that doesn't have the wounds, the spiritual version of you that doesn't have the triggers, this spiritual version of you that is literally directly made up of source and directly connected to love, directly connected to light, directly connected to healing, and also knows you to an extent better than you know yourself, knows what your plan here is on earth, knows what you need, knows where you're headed, all-knowing version of you. So wouldn't you want to lean and go talk to that spirit, that energy that literally has nothing else to do but love you and lead you and guide you, or somebody else sitting in their own stuff trying to figure out their own life? Who do you think you should go to first? That was what was shared to me. Who do you think you should go to first? So when you're sitting in this position and you're sitting in this place in life, it's because there's an opportunity here for us to lean on ourselves. There's an opportunity for us to go within. All right. And so I want to share just a couple of, things that you can do when you're in that space, because sometimes it can be really dark, sometimes it can be really heavy, and sometimes if we're not careful, we can really start mentally abusing ourselves and shaming ourselves and telling ourselves that we're not worthy of friendships, that we're not deserving of community. And spirit is like, that is far from the truth. You are worthy of support, you are worthy of community, you are worthy of healthy friendships. But right now, you might just be in a space where you need to learn how to lean on you. You need to dig a little deeper to fall in love with yourself. You have to dig a little deeper to fight for yourself, rather than waiting on somebody to come save you, rather than waiting on somebody to come give you the answers and tell you what to do. Because a lot of times that's how we're raised or how we're bred. Somebody's always telling us what to do. This is what you should wear. This is what you should eat. This is the grades you need to make. This is how you should live your life. These are the things you should have to have a full life. And we can spend our whole life down that path. Nowhere in that path, sometimes, for some of us, that we ever get to stop and go, what do I want? What do I want to wear? What do I eat that makes me feel good? And when you're in that healing journey, you're rediscovering all of that. So it's also okay if you're like, well, I don't know who I am, so I need help. That's great. That's awesome. That's the number one reason why you should go within, so you can discover that, so you can explore that. No one should be curating who you are for you to have peace of mind. That's just lazy. You just have to do the work at this point. No one should be telling you how to live or what to do. I know it's easier, and I know you wish somebody would just drop down and just give you directions and instructions, but that is defeating the purpose. That's besides the point, right? And so the things that we need to do, the things that we're being encouraged to do when we're in this space, the first thing is to do 2 different kinds of meditations. Well, 3, thank you. The first meditation is to listen to your heart. Do a meditation where you can literally, or just sit in stillness or play some music. I love playing, India.Arie has an album called Songversations, or like Song Medicine. It's maybe like 6 or 8 tracks, but each track, like, I know she intentionally made that album for healing, and it works. For me, that is a way I'm able to play her music. I'll put a link in the show notes to her album, but I'm able to play her music and really just listen to what my heart has to say. I place my hands on my heart. I take 3 deep breaths before I listen to the song, and I just say, heart, tell me what you need to say. Or I'll put her album on shuffle, and I'll ask my ancestors to play the song that my heart needs to hear. And then I just let the words speak to my heart, and I listen for emotions that come up. I listen for words that come up because I want to know what my heart is feeling in this moment. I'm feeling lonely for a reason. Like, there's something that needs to be healed. There is a uncomfortability. There's a lack of satisfaction that I'm having within myself, and I need to figure out what that is and where it came from so I can heal it and shift my energy and appreciate my own presence and my own wisdom and my own support and my own love, my own support. And so I play one of those songs, or I just sit in stillness. If I am sitting in stillness, I usually like to go to a park, or I sit by water. Here in New Orleans, we got like the lakefront, and a couple of our parks have like ponds. So I'll go sit at a bench and I just listen to my heart. I might have a journal with me. Usually I have a journal with me, and I just listen to what my heart has to say. And I take it from there. Your heart will tell you, I'm grieving, I'm hurting, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Your heart will literally tell you what you might not be letting your brain effectively communicate to you, because you might just be trying to push through. I still got to work. I still got to do this. I still got to do that. But when you slow down and you listen to your heart goes, hey, I get that, but we're tired. Hey, I get that, but we're actually grieving this relationship you don't want to slow down and think about. We're actually grieving this chapter of our life that we know we have to let go and move forward from. So then you get to sit. You might start crying. You might just start releasing. And all of that happens on purpose because it's needed. It's needed. Excuse me, y'all. And then the next meditation that you want to do is a body meditation. I'll put a link. I made a body perspective meditation that can be really useful. So what you're literally doing is, just like you listen to your heart, you listen to your body. Because see, your body is holding space for everything you pushing through, for everything you suppressing, and for everything that you have yet to release. Your body is literally the vessel that holds on to that. And it might manifest as an infection. It might manifest as a cold, knee pain, back pain. Your stomach is bloated. Your face is breaking out. Your body is sending you messages when that happens. Your body's like, hey, yo, we have emotions that are not being addressed. And so this is the only way I can get this to manifest to get your attention. This is the only way I can get it to manifest because I'm holding on as much as I can. But I need you to participate in this. I need you to slow down and really sit with what we are dealing with. We are in this together. And so the meditation allows for you to get outside of your body and get your body's perspective of what you're dealing with and what you may have been through. You really get a moment to listen to your body rather than always telling your body what to do, where you going, how to move, your rest when you get there. Your body gets to have a voice now. And it's so important because when we're in this space of loneliness, we sometimes get really, really unsettled and we don't know what to do with ourselves. And we can become just super unnecessarily irritable. right? You can start taking things out on people because you don't know what to do with yourself because you're resentful that you feel alone. And so your body can give you some perspective as to, this is what we're feeling. We need to sit with this. We don't need to be around people right now. We got things we need to face. And this is what I'm holding on to. And this is what I need you to face so we can release this. And again, you can journal, you can talk back to your body in that meditation. All of this is giving you the insights and the wisdom and the lessons that you need to be pulling out of that moment rather than sitting in a corner feeling sorry for yourself or feeling some kind of way that you feel like you don't have people to call on. You need to call upon yourself, call upon your heart, call upon your body, right? We have to call upon our higher self that I call it your Ori. And in other spiritualities, they also call it your Ori, but everybody just call it your highest self. All right. That version of you that is unwounded and untriggered and knows the plan for your life. You can also do an Ori meditation. Now, again, you can do all three or you can just pick one, whatever feels good for you. But what you do is you call in your higher self and your higher self is your bestie. That's your road dog. You got three besties, your heart, your body, and your higher self. Like, hello, tribe. Okay. And you sit with your higher self and you go, yo, what is going on? Like your higher self, you can talk to your higher self in that meditation. Like that's your bestie. There's I'm gonna try to find a link. There's a woman, Mia Magik. She has a really dope journaling higher self meditation that I like to do, where you basically ask your higher self to speak to you through you as you journal, and you can write out why am I feeling lonely, what's happening here, and you'll notice when you let your higher self respond, even your handwriting will change. And you'll get the explanation, you'll get the answers, you'll get the breakdowns, you'll even get the solutions. You'll get the insights, you'll get the wisdom. And what all of these meditations do, they give you clarity of what needs to be released. They give you clarity on what needs to be healed. Go get your crystal and get that energy out of you. Go dance, go move, go walk in nature, go take your healing bath. Go do if you review our like the meditation, you like to be immersed in meditations, go do a nice healing transmission meditation that allows for you to get some divine healing energy, to get that energy out of you. Because a lot of times we're being transformed and we're being changed, and nobody said it was going to feel amazing all the time, and nobody said it was going to always feel like ponies and unicorns, but our change is necessary for our evolution. It's necessary for our healing, and it always doesn't feel good to get on the other side of that rainbow. It doesn't always feel good to get on the other side of that bridge, but there is a process that's happening to us and through us and within us that still needs to be healed, and that still is calling for us to go a little bit deeper, because Spirit is telling me now, like, if you were that good with you, you wouldn't have to feel the loneliness, because you would be that good and content with you, and you would know that you're never alone. You would know that you have your connection to God. You would know that you have your connection to your spirit family. You ain't never alone. It's just time to have the discipline to go within. So those three meditations, all right, is like the number one goal. The number one goal to sitting still is so important, getting those meditations in. The other thing that I like to do is taking one of those songs, taking a song that speaks to you and move. It doesn't have to be an Alvin Ailey concert, right? You just need to move your body, because what's also happening in that moment is your body's holding on to this tension. Your body is holding on to this tightness that's saying, I don't like it here. That's saying, this is uncomfortable. That is saying, I don't know what's on the other side of this. I am scared. I am alone. I am frustrated. You have to move that out. You have to move it out the body, dance it out the body, go get your yoga on. Go again, walk in nature. Crystals that are really good for this to meditate with and to do a healing with is black obsidian. But it's like a black obsidian, red jasper. It's this burgundy and black color. You want to get all of that negative energy out. And those are going to be really good for the root chakra, because that's what's happening. You don't feel stable, right? You don't feel stable. You're not trusting. You're not having faith that everything is working out for your highest good, and that you are going to be surrounded by the people that you're supposed to be surrounded by. And if right now that it's only you, that's enough. that's enough and that's exactly where you're supposed to be. Get that rose quartz out for your heart. Rhodonite is a good one to get that negative energy out of that heart chakra, but also still leave you feeling loved and compassionate and accepted. Malachite is another good one for the heart chakra, when it comes to accepting where you are and leaning into yourself. All right. And I personally believe, yes, certain crystals are stronger when they work with certain chakras, but any crystal could heal any chakra on any day, all right, depending upon what you need. So those crystals can also be good to put on your solar chakra, on your stomach, because that is your relationship with you. The solar chakra houses the energy that is all about your self-worth, your self-esteem, your relationship with yourself. So those crystals can also be really good to put on your solar chakra. All right, those are some crystals that you can lean on. When it comes to teas, I keep getting peppermint right now. They're telling me keep it simple. So peppermint tea is another one. It's really good for the solar chakra. It's really good for the throat chakra. Not necessarily for you to speak, but for you to be able to listen to yourself without cutting yourself off, without letting your ego take over the conversation. So really pull out some peppermint tea and drink it with the intention of ease. Drink it with the intention of listening to yourself. Drink it with the intention of opening yourself up to loving yourself, supporting yourself, and accepting yourself and being there for yourself. And you can use that peppermint also. Thank you. You can place, if you have a little bag, you can place that peppermint in your bath. All right. And you can also place your crystals in your bath water too, to heal and to shift that energy. I actually personally used some rosemary to help shift my energy out of this space. And that was really, really, really good. It was a really good bath. Thank you. And so we got that, right? We're moving it out of our bodies. We're shifting the energy. We're healing our spirits on that cellular DNA and energetic level. But then remember, you also got to go back in and you got to give yourself a new narrative. You got to go back in and you got to make sure that you're not letting your mind run rampant down the negative Nancy victimhood rabbit hole, right? So this is when you start speaking what you want to see. It doesn't have to be fancy. You just start saying out loud. Your words have energy. Your words are prayers. Every single thing that come out your mouth, whether you're intentionally praying or you having an everyday conversation, every single thing that comes out of our mouths is a prayer. It's a spell. It is us speaking into the universe. It is us sending energy out of what we expect and of what we are going to, the energy of what we're going to be attracting back to ourselves. So you got to be careful during this time of what you speak about yourself and what you think about yourself and your surroundings and your situations. You have to handle it with care during this time. You want to focus on what's going right in your life. You want to focus on what you want to see happening in your life. Okay. So for me, one of the things I like to say is I am surrounded and marinating in authentic and unconditional love in every single area of my life. And so I just start saying that. And if that means that I look up and it's just me, then baby, we gonna keep it right there. If that's the only unconditional, authentic thing that I got in my environment right now, then I'm gonna roll with it. But I also know that I have amazing clients that love me very much. I also know that I have an amazing unit that loves on me very, very much. Right. And so don't play yourself, right? Don't get out of victimhood. Look at what you're surrounded by. It may not be who you want to be surrounded by, but it is what is authentic and it's what you're putting out there and what you're coming back to. And give the universe time to shift your circle. Give God time to shift your tribe and shift your community to what is in alignment with where you are. Right. Another narrative is and another like program that I put in my brain is always, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and everything is always working out for my highest good. Everything's always working out for my highest good, and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I will say that 1,000 times. All is well. All is well. Even if I can't feel it yet, I'll keep saying it because I know when I say it that I'm putting out an energy that is requesting for it to work out for me, and that is requesting it to work out for my highest good. And then I just got to get the universe time to shift and make moves on my behalf. Again, I know that's easier said than done, but it is also necessary and non-negotiable. Don't underestimate shifting your mindset when you're going through your spiritual and your physical healing. Everything has to come with you: mind, body, soul, and spirit. It all has to work together. And it's also during this time where you want to slow down and ask yourself, what fills my cup? What makes me happy? What brings me joy? And it is in answering those questions where you will really, really, really get to shift your energy. Maybe it's going to see a movie by yourself. Again, these are not things for you to go do with other people. This is for you to do on your own. Maybe it's going to get your favorite tea or your favorite coffee at a new coffee shop. Maybe it's taking that class that you've always wanted to, you keep putting off. This is when we have to tap into fun and pleasure. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, this be the hard part for me, because I like my work. I like what I do. I'm always thinking about the boys and the house and the family and what do I have to do. But I also have seen and felt the difference between when I lean into trying the new thing and when I try to just push through and honor my structures and discipline. That doing that and not making time for fun and not making time to even figure out what the hell fun looks like for me, it just makes me more resentful. And it makes me more aggravated and more frustrated. So you want to really slow down and ask in your heart, what do you need right now? Something Louise Hay shared. She's another teacher and speaker that I started doing that really helps is first thing in the morning. You look yourself in the mirror and you go, hello, beautiful, hello, gorgeous, with all the crust in your eyes. And you didn't even brush your teeth yet. And you go, hello, beautiful. What can I do to make your day amazing today? What can I do to make you so happy and over the moon today? And just listen for what comes back to you. You might get can we just take it easy today? Can we take a nap today? Ooh, I really want us to eat as fresh as possible today. It might be something really simple like that, or it might be sis, we need a vacation. But listen to your heart, and you'll start to, I write them down and keep a list, either in my journal or in my phone, where I have a list of things that fill my cup and that make me happy. So when I get into those places and into those seasons where I'm facing shadows and I'm feeling really low or really alone, I have this list now, and I just go down the list, and whatever feels good, boom, I don't have to think about it. I don't make it the most, right? And so you have another way of really shifting your energy as you're healing your spirit, healing your body, shifting your mindset. And then pouring into yourself through that fun, pouring into yourself through trying new. And guess what? Every single meditation practice and healing that you choose, every single fun, because I am starting to learn that having fun and doing things is also very healing. It doesn't always have to be you laying down with a crystal. Again, still wrapping my mind around it, but I accept it. It's in the midst of all of that where you will truly feel your breakthroughs and where you will truly see the wisdom and the insights that Spirit is trying to get to you in all of those ways and in all of those spaces. And it takes for you you will see that all of that was you supporting you giving back to you pouring back in to you. You went within, you did the work, and you got the solution. Now you got something good to talk about with your friend or with your tribe. Now even your conversations are medicine. Now even your conversations are healing. And then what I'm noticing too is you feel better because you feel like you didn't have to call somebody and dump your whole world on them. And to me, I don't know if this resonates with y'all, but for me, that's at this point in my life, that's one of the greatest gifts I can give my friends is not having to dump my whole world. Now, if I just get stuck, and I'm coming out of shifting my energy, then you can tell, I'm having a really rough time. I could really use some support. Can we go do something fun? After you've already went within. Because then you don't have to dump your whole world on there. You're respecting their energy too. You're not draining them because they need their energy for their life too. And it's not that they don't want to be there for you, but friendship is being respectful and mindful of how much of your energy and your heaviness that you put on other people. That's something that I really had to learn and overcome for a while. All right. So breathe. You're in this moment for a reason. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Everything is working out for your highest good. You are not alone and you are not lonely. You are in a space that is inviting you to go deeper and connect deeper to yourself. You're in a space that where your heart and your body and your higher self is requesting your attention and your attendance and your love and your healing, where your purpose and your divine earthly mission is asking for you to slow down enough to go back and read what you wrote as to why you came here. To go back so you get some clarity and some understanding. It's asking for you to ground so you can get clear, so you can reignite your passion, so your focus and your priorities can be exactly where it's supposed to be. And that is within. That is within. And when you stay there, when you live there, when you marinate there, you'll look up and you'll be surrounded by people that love you just because you exist, not people that want things from you. You will look up and you will be surrounded with love. You will look up and you will be surrounded with community. You will look up and you will be surrounded with support. But right now, you are the mission. You are the assignment. And you need to go within. All right? Everything's going to be good. You got this. You got this. Thank y'all so much for listening to this episode. I hope it resonates with you. I hope you know that you're not alone. And I hope you know that there is solutions and tools to shift you and get you what you need out of this season, and also to get you through, not out of, but through this season, so you can get on the other side of the rainbow, on the other side of the bridge. All right. Thank y'all so much for listening. This has been the Healing Lifestyle Podcast. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all soon.